Howdy all, we're looking at the Matamp C7. This is basically a boutique amp coming out of the UK. It's handmade by Radiocraft, point to point. There's no circuit boards in there. It's all tube. You can change the tubes in there as well quite easily to mix it up. And I'm going to show you around the amp here. So on the front panel we have input for your guitar, a volume. Now the volume's cool on this. Like once you get it to about 10 o'clock, so about here, it's already around its maximum volume whilst still being fairly clean. The further right from there you go, it doesn't necessarily get that much louder, it just gets more saturated. You get a saturated tube tone and it's killer. We've got a really nice reverb built in. This isn't a digital reverb either, it's a legit spring reverb. It's a little of a different reverb to say a Fender, but it's quite ambient and cool. It feels more like a room spring reverb. It's really cool. It's really cool. Now we've got bass, middle and treble. Simple EQ stage. EQ makes a massive difference to this amp. Like you know, the settings really change the vibe. I can't stress that enough. Like it really makes a big difference. And we've got an attack on the right here. Now what that does, it sort of takes out the top end to some point, and the further right you turn that, it actually brings the volume down. So in a sense it's like an attenuator, but it's not. It's like a EQ slash attenuator. It's a strange thing to have on an amp. I just leave it off. I don't see the use for it, but I guess that's why they put it in red. But anyway, I'll show you the back of the amp. Starting on the right here, we've got the outputs here. So with a 16 ohm and an 8 ohm output, depending on how many speakers you're running and their impedance, and also a 4 ohm on the far right. Now we also have a record out, so it's like a direct send from the amp to a recording console or even to a mixer, in a stage environment. So you can get awesome tone just straight out of there without having to use a microphone. It's really quite cool. Now the back plate's awesome too. It looks it's sort of like a chrome, and inside of that you can see the tubes and transformer and all that as well. It runs on 240 volts, and you can also switch it, I believe, to 120, so 110 for the US, which is really cool. I wish more amplifier companies just started building amps you could just import from anywhere and bring it in without having to mess with the power. I know Egnator are doing that as well, but this thing absolutely shits on them like the Egnators, and we're going to have a listen to it and we're going to check it out. I will also be playing it through an Ulbrich cabinet 112. I'm going to show you how the Matamp C7 sounds with a Stratocaster. It's deluxe Strat, and I've got Fat 50 pickups in here, and I'm going to be playing on the neck pickup. This guitar does buzz a little bit, but go to the in-between. Go to the back pickup. Now we have the master volume at 9 o'clock, so it's not that loud, but already you can hear tube breakup. Let it crank it up a little more, see what I can do. reverb off a little. The Matamp C7. If you can find one of these things around at a good price, pick one up, because I know they're not cheap new. So I don't even know if they make this model anymore, but these are seriously good amps, and they sound killer, and they'll fill most rooms. I've used it in like 3 rooms now, and it's been loud enough. I even bought my volume boost pedal just to saturate the preamp a little more, and you know, I got more volume out of it that way. So for 7 watts, it's shocked everybody, this thing, how good it actually sounds. They're really, really good. Check it out.